Hey, so if you're confused by what this title means, it just means that I'm gonna try to talk about some more miscellaneous anime tropes that most other people who've talked about bad anime tropes on YouTube haven't brought up. And by that, I mean we won't be talking about the lollies or the pervert tropes or like the filler episodes, because God knows how many more videos of those we need on this platform. Basically, I'm just trying to be different. Enjoy.
Boom.
Hey, so did I ever tell you about how much of an anime fan I am? I love anime. I breathe anime, I eat anime, I sleep with anime, I drink anime, I smoke anime. I can go on. Anime means a lot to me, and I know a lot about it, as in way more than any normal person has any business knowing, so naturally that means I have some good and bad things to say about it. You already read the title, and I already explained what I'm gonna be doing, so let's not waste any more time. Listen, I understand that a tragic backstory can build a character to be who they are. It explains why a character acts a certain way, or carries a set of ideals, or just be what or who they are. Backstories are important, and when the backstory is tragic, it makes them sympathetic. But only when done right. See, a tragic backstory is one of those things in life that are very easy to exaggerate to comical heights. And when I say comical heights, I fucking mean it, dog. When you try to make a sympathetic character, you have to make the story at least somewhat believable. You do know that there are other ways to give tragic backstories besides, when I was born, both my parents were killed by demons, or my entire town hates me because of my powers. Like, come on, man. Or when the people around the main character are just so cartoonishly evil to the point where it's like who acts like this? Like, where were these kids raised, bro? O Block? Let me give you my favorite example of the most batshit insane backstory to ever exist. This nigga from the anime Dororo. So, upon birth, Hyakimaru's father made a deal with the devils, or demons, I don't really give a shit, to sacrifice his unborn child for the sake of his land.
Hey, the crops are growing and the sunshine is showing and the animals are mowing.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, if his father sacrificed him from his land, then how did he even survive from being born? And that is an amazing question. See, they thought that he was dead, so they sent him away to some no man's land. But the person that was at the no man's land found Hyakimaru's body and took him and, well, made wooden parts of his limbs. Yeah, Hyakimaru had to live off wooden parts that somehow allowed him to live, kinda, and he would be able to recover his real body parts for every demon he killed. You see what I mean by unrealistically tragic? Like, bro, it just gets to the point where it's like too much to even take seriously. Like, at some point, it's like, what is even going on anymore, man? This is one of those things where once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. You know what I'm talking about. When they drink a tall ass glass of beer and then they do the.
Yo, what the? Yo, what was that?
That was a good drink, man.
Yeah, I know, but like, could you keep it down next time? It was a good drink. Yeah, man.
I act like we don't got neighbors downstairs and upstairs.
Yo, dude, I just told you to keep it down.
What
Bro.
I
What
tell
part
you,
that do you not
what I
understand?
tell you, bro, bro,
Come on, man.
what I tell,
Be
bro,
considerate.
this
Like,
drink,
at least a little bit. Man. Come on,
oh
man.
boy.
Now, I ain't that much of a drinker because of my religion and because I'm underage, but I can't imagine this being anything besides a mood killer, except maybe at a party. Like, imagine, I don't know, buying a drink for a girl, and then she does that. Like, would you not be at least a little bit annoyed? Or would you get turned on by that, like a weirdo? This one isn't anything too crazy, just a pet peeve of mine. What the hell is a peeve, and why do I have that as my pet? This right here makes me violent. It's another one of those things that get worse the more you realize it. Like, if I have to hear one more anime girl say Desu after every sentence, I think I'm gonna kill myself, Desu. Like, I mean, yeah, it's mostly kid anime characters doing it, but it's still incredibly irritating. Like, do they think this sounds cute? Like, do Japanese folks find it cute when young girls end every sentence with Desu? Is this what keeps them going in life? Like, bro, is that how it is?
そんなことないです。素敵なのはお母さんの方です。
And it's not just this. There's this other anime that takes this to extreme heights. Yeah, I'm looking at you, One Piece. Every instance of this happening in One Piece is worse than... Because it's grown men, dude. Holy shit, is it worse when grown-ass fucking men end their sentences with the same things like they're some Pokemon or some shit.
確かにこのもので間違いないんじゃもん。招待するんじゃもん。
この城には誰も寄りつかぬのでござる。
何か事件のようらしいど。
Doremi so lucky, man. Like, I can guarantee you that all of these characters would be much more bearable if they just spoke like regular people. Like, there's no reason for all this. Like, are they trying to make these characters more interesting? There's other ways to do that. This just makes them worse in every single way. Stop doing this. Guys, I promise I'm a One Piece fan, but goddamn, this show has a lot to criticize about it. I think it's already been talked about how Pell, this Falcon fella, managed to essentially survive a nuke to the face, even though it was supposed to be a heroic sacrifice, so him dying in that blast would have made perfect sense. But nah, since this is One Piece, we had to bring him back in pristine condition just for him to do absolutely nothing. Like, hey, look, he's there. Like, seriously, why did Oda just not kill him off? Like, there are very few deaths in One Piece outside of flashbacks, and this could have been one of them. Like, why did they have to ruin that? Another instance of this chicanery is when Saul Goodman, I mean just Saul, you better call him, was revealed to be alive in Elbaf. See, before this big reveal, we were led to believe that Saul and everyone else, except for Nico Robin, was killed during the tragedy at Ohara. We saw him freeze to death and the island explode, so there's no possible way he could have survived that. Right? Yeah, about that. So what had actually happened was that the explosion blasted Saul's body into the water. The explosion, resulting in a lot of flames, managed to melt the ice on Saul's body, and that gave him enough power to swim all the way to Elbaf, where he would lay low and not let it be known that he was still alive all this time. Like, what kind of fucking bullshit? Just kill him off, man. Like, what the hell is wrong with this show, man? This man already accepted his fate, but Oda was like, yo, you know what would be really cool? A reunion scene, and proceeded to go back and change some shit up to fit his new narrative. Like, this is stupid. And before anybody says, oh, but if killing off characters is too common, then their deaths will have less impact. And I can see where you're coming from. But my point here is that when it makes sense for a character to be dead, let them be dead. I'm not saying that a character needs to die after every arc or something, because that would be absurd. I mean, it would be crazy if there was an anime that did that, you know? Like, you know, killing off characters as quickly as they're introduced. Like, that's crazy, am I right? This goes for pretty much every anime. Well, not literally every anime, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, the main character could have a whole ass limb torn off and still be like,
No matter what happens, I will not let you defeat me. Bro, I literally cut off your arm, and the blood is still dripping. How are you still able to continue? How do you not feel the pain? Oh, I feel it alright. It's agonizing. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. What?
they try to make you feel like the main character is toughing it out and pushing through with all they got. But it comes off more as the author wanting to play off a cool and cinematic fight whilst pretending that there's some kind of stakes at hand. Like, the injuries don't play as much of a role as they should, I feel like. Oh, but no anime does this worse than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I've seen people's blood turning into metal and them still surviving, people getting stabbed and still surviving, person getting shot with a lead bullet and set on fire and still surviving. Oh, but it's the main character. No, I was playing. They already made that joke. The actual explanation for all this was that Jotaro managed to use his stand to dig a hole underground, and the thing that we saw burning was actually his jacket. Well, that's a funny looking jacket. I mean, I don't really need to give any more examples. I just gave the most extreme ones. I just want to say that if you want to make it so that your characters survive through tough trials and whatnot, maybe don't raise the stakes so goddamn high. By that I mean, don't make the villains so stupidly strong they have to come up with a bullshit explanation as to how the protagonists survive, or if you're gonna make a character injured, at least make it somewhat believable. Like, damn, bruh. Okay, I think that's all I got for you guys. I know I'm missing some, but we'll end it here for for simplicity's sake. Plus, it'd probably be too dragged out if I included more. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I've been Melissa Swagman, and here are my sub goals, and yeah, that's basically it. See ya.
It's upon the furry, in their brass, for it's upon the furry, when up, I
Oh, I just thought of one.